Good morning, students. As in previous video, I continued the lesson in the kingdom of fools, in which I told you how the king and the minister of that kingdom were fools. And one day, when a thief broke into the house of a rich merchant, and the weak wall had fallen on the head of that thief, and he died there. Then the brother of that thief had gone to the king and requested him to punish the merchant, as his wall was weak and it had fallen and his brother had died. Now students, today I am going to teach you further story. When the merchant was called by the king, then what happened? All of you open your book at page number 21 and see above paragraph. See, when the merchant arrived, the king questioned him, "What is your name?" "Such as such, your highness." "Were you at home when the dead man burgled your house?" "Yes, my lord. He broke in and the wall was weak. It fell on him." The accused pleads guilty. "Your wall killed this man's brother. You have murdered a man. We had to punish you." "Lord," said the helpless merchant, "I didn't put up the wall. It is really the fault of the man who built the wall. He did not build it right. You should punish him." Now, when the merchant was called by the king and the king wanted to punish him, then the merchant requested him not to punish him. The merchant said that it was the fault of the person who had made that wall. Then king called that person. Yes. "Who is that?" "My lord, this wall was built in my father's time. I know the man. He is an old man now. He lives nearby." The king sent out messengers to bring in the bricklayer who had built that wall. They brought him tied hand and foot. "You there, did you build this man's wall in his father's time?" "Yes, my lord, I did." "What kind of a wall is this that you built?" "It has fallen on a poor man and killed him. You have murdered him. We have to punish you by death." And the king wanted to punish the merchant, wanted to punish the person who had built that house, that wall, and that bricklayer, the person who had made that wall. He requested the king not to punish him because it was not his fault. He gave another reason. He gave why it was not his fault. Now see the reason. Before the king could order the execution, capital punishment for death. Now the poor bricklayer requested, "Please listen to me before you give me order. It is true I built this wall and it was no good, but that was because my mind was not on it. I remember very well a dancing girl who was going up and down that street all day with her anklet jingling, and I couldn't keep my eyes or my mind on the wall I was building. You must get that dancing girl. I know where she lives." Then the bricklayer, means the person who had made that wall, requested the king not to punish him, but to punish the dancing girl who had disturbed him, who had disturbed him by moving up and down. And while he was moving up and down the street, the jingling sound of his anklets were heard by that bricklayer, and so he was disturbed. "You are right. The case depends. We must look into it. It is not easy to judge such complicated cases. Let's get that dancer. Where she?" The dancing girl, now an old woman, came trembling to the court. Now the dancing girl was called. Now she had been old. "Did you walk up and down that street many years ago while this poor man was building a wall? Did you see him?" "Yes, my lord. I remember it very well." "So you did walk up and down with your anklets jingling. You were young and you distracted him." Distracted is drew attention. You distracted him, so he built a bad wall. It has fallen on a poor burglar and killed him. You have killed an innocent man. You will have to be punished. Now the king wanted to punish that old man. That was the answer. She thought for a minute and said, "My lord, wait. I know now why I was walking up and down that street. I had given some gold to the goldsmith to make some jewelry for me. He was a lazy scoundrel. He made so many excuses." Scoundrel is rich or miserable person. He made many excuses, said he would give it now and he would give it then, and so on all day. He made me walk up and down to his house a dozen times. That was when his bricklayer saw me. It was not my fault, my lord. It is the damn goldsmith's fault. Damn cursed. Damn cursed. Now the old woman, who was a dancer, she pleaded the king that she should not be punished, but a goldsmith should be punished, to whom the girl had taken, that lady had taken gold to prepare ornaments, but he promised to prepare, but he did not prepare during the day. So she was moving up and down that street that had disturbed the mind of that bricklayer. Now the king, what further king had done, let's see. The king's bailiffs, poor thing, she is absolutely right, thought the king, weighing the evidence. We have got real culprit at last. Get the goldsmith wherever he is hiding at once. The king's bailiffs, law officers, the law officers of the king had gone to arrest that goldsmith. The king's bailiffs searched for the goldsmith, who was hiding in a corner of his shop. When he heard the summons, order. When he heard the accusation against him, he had his own story to tell. Then, when the goldsmith was caught and he was brought before the king, he presented another story. He said, "My lord," he said, "I am a poor goldsmith. It is true, I made this dancer come in many times to my door. I gave her excuse because I could not finish making her jewelry before I finished the rich merchant's order. They had a wedding coming and they would not wait. You know how impatient rich men are." Then the goldsmith told the king that it was not his fault to disturb the bricklayer who was making the work. He said, "Sir, there was a marriage ceremony to be held in a rich merchant's house, and he had ordered him to make the ornaments. So the goldsmith was making the ornament first of that merchant. So it was the reason that he did not prepare the jewelry for that dancing girl. It was not his fault. It was the fault of the rich merchant." Who is this rich merchant? Who kept him from finishing this poor woman's jewelry, made her walk up and down? Which distracted this bricklayer? Which made a mess of his wall? Which has now fallen on an innocent man and killed him? Can you name him? Then the king asked the name of that rich merchant who had ordered to prepare jewelry, to make jewelry. The goldsmith named the merchant, and he was none other than the original owner of the house whose wall had fallen. Now justice had come full circle, thought the king, back to the merchant. When he was rudely summoned back to the court, he arrived crying, "It was not me but my father who ordered the jewelry. He is dead. I am innocent." Now when the rich merchant, when the goldsmith told this, then the king asked the name of that rich merchant, and the goldsmith told the name of that rich merchant. It was the same rich merchant's house whose wall had fallen, and the thief had died. Now the owner of that house was called, and when he was called, that merchant said, "Sir, it is not my fault." He said that it was not his fault because the jewelry in the order his father had given to that goldsmith. Now his father was dead, you see. But the king consulted his minister and ruled decisively. Ruled means ordered. Decisively, finally. But the king consulted the other ministers whether that owner of that house, means that merchant, must be punished or not, and they gave the order, you see. "It is true your father is the true murderer. he is dead, but somebody must be punished in his place. You have inherited. Inherited means that the thing that we get from our parents or our forefathers, the property that is known as inheritance, that we inherit, we take. You have inherited everything from that criminal father of yours, his riches, as well as his sins. I knew at once, even when I first set eyes on you, that you were at the root of this horrible crime. You must die. Then at last, the king ordered that the owner of that house must be punished. As his father had ordered to prepare the jewelry to that goldsmith, even then the owner of this house should be punished. Students, in this way I have told the story up to this part. I have taught you. Now you have to write these difficult words in your clear copy and you should revise up to this lesson. Further I will teach you tomorrow. Thank you.